Hello and welcome to Sports Keeda and Let's Talk Sport. And today we're bringing you build-up to Liverpool versus Barcelona. And yes, it still continues. It's a scoreline that Liverpool fans do not like. It's 3-0 to Barcelona at the moment after the first leg. It could have been 4 if Dembele had finished that shot at the very end of the match. But it was a weird game. Joe, you of course watched it. You had to cry in the corner and watch your team get absolutely battered by that scoreline and see Alisson literally just basically jump in the air for nothing and nearly do his whole back in, basically, because that Messi goal was so magical, Joe. It made me have things rising up which I cannot describe right now. It's not good for the kids, but you know what a game that was, Joe. I mean, for Barca, but for you, you're going to end the season with no trophies at this rate.
Well, we'll see what happens in the league against between Wolves and Liverpool on Sunday, and then obviously in City's 2 games against Leicester and Brighton. But obviously Barcelona, it was one of those games. It's strange because not many teams go to the Nou Camp and dominate. And I'm not being funny, but Liverpool dominated that game. But then they didn't score the goal, they didn't take the chances. And then Suarez's goal was quality, great ball in.
What happened there though? Because like the whole defence were completely left for dead when that went in. I was thinking, hang on, I thought Van Dijk was the best defender in the world.
For me, Matic should step across and block the cross, but he doesn't. He just stands there. I don't even know what he was doing. I think just admiring the Nou Camp, you know, what a marvelous stadium it is. Van Dijk, £75 million, still world class. One mistake doesn't stop a player from being world class.
No, of course,
but he didn't track Suarez. I think he thought Matic was going to track him. I'm not sure. Ball put in the box, beautiful cross. Suarez finished, runs away and celebrates. People complain about the celebration. For me, he always said he was going to celebrate, and he left Liverpool 5 years ago. So it's not the celebration that I was bothered about with Suarez. It was more. It was his antagonising of our players and then play acting every time that someone comes in. But he did that for years in Liverpool. So
I don't understand why people are so bothered about his celebrations. Ronaldo did it against Man U. Like, not, you know, after a while he'd been away. It's people move on. It was 5 years ago. You know. He's got a new team around him now.
But with Messi, just soon, like the first goal was, you could say a little bit of luck. It's come off the bar and stuff, but
he was quick.
Before that was not good enough. Nothing Alisson could do when the ball's come back off the bar, and Messi took it past him. And then the third was just sublime. There's question marks over whether it was a free kick for Barcelona. We'll take that away on whether it was a free kick, and for him to step over. He stood over it with Suarez, and I said to my dad, "It suits the right foot of this," but knowing Messi, and before I could complete my sentence, I go, knowing Messi, he'll take it and he will. And then there was a pause as the ball hit the back of the net, and just as before I could finish my sentence, he rifled at top corner, and I just stood there, open mouth, thinking, for goodness sake, what luck do Liverpool have?
Yeah.
Because we dominated all game and then come out with 3-0 defeat. It's not like we performed badly, because no disrespect to United, but when they went to the Nou Camp, they didn't turn up whatsoever, apart from the first 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, we were the same as well, though. We didn't take our chance with Rashford when he hit the crossbar, and when you go through and goal like that, you've got to take them. But does this summarise Barcelona again? Like, they're like the team from 10 years ago, 2015, 2011, where even if they don't perform that well, they still get a result. And they beat you 3-0, whether you like it or not. That's a big scoreline. And I just can't. I think they're the runaway favourites of the whole tournament. They're just too good.
If memory serves me correctly, I did predict them to win the Champions League when we did our video.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So that could be the only consolation that I can take from.
I bet you regret it now, though, don't you?
If Barcelona don't win it makes me look right. So.
I mean, shame on you pointing yourself against Liverpool. I mean, yeah.
Well, I said my heart would say Liverpool, but my head's pointed to Barcelona.
It should have been both.
I think overall,
I'm just disgusted with you, to be honest.
I think, to be honest, Barcelona aren't immune. We saw that in the first leg. Defensively, I think if Liverpool were better attacking on the night, more switched on, they could have had 2-3 goals themselves. There was the clearance off the line. This is the same incident, but off from Firmino, which was great defended by Barcelona. Salah cracks the post from 8 yards. Don't know how, but I think it was just.
How did he miss? Like I thought that was the away goal.
A panic. Let's just hoof it before I get closed down, and he's just.
So how they stopped on the line though?
Mane had a chance. We could have had a penalty early on, but that wasn't given. It's just a few little things that didn't go Liverpool's way that game, but I'm not complaining because Barcelona played some great football, apart from the little play acting, but that's what the Spanish sides do.
Speaking of Mo Salah though, he's out. We found out earlier today that he is not going to play in the second leg.
Not surprising.
So and neither is Roberto Firmino either. And there's rumours that Luke, our Liverpool fan outside here right now, has actually read that Van Dijk was training on his own today, which doesn't sound great, does it? If he's had a few injury moments. But either way, where are the goals going to come from, Joe? Because I don't think I can see any goals coming whatsoever for Liverpool.
Sadio Mane, big Divock Origi.
I think they need to start Shaqiri in my eyes. I don't understand why Klopp hasn't been playing him. Look what he did on Saturday. Oh, he got the assist to probably the most important goal of the league season so far.
He hasn't been playing because of his defensive attributes aren't that strong, so Liverpool haven't been playing him because they've been going for players that
Yeah, but don't you? I mean, you say that, but this is it now. They can't just play defensive. They've got to go out there.
We've got to come out on Tuesday night and we've got to do what we did to teams last season in the Champions League and what we did a couple of years ago to the likes of Arsenal when we were competing for the title in 2014, and just come out in the first 20 minutes and blitz Barcelona and see how many goals we can get. We scored, what was it, against Manchester City last season in the quarter-finals. Nobody expected us to win, except for myself. But, yeah. Come out and we blitzed them for 3 goals in the first 20 minutes. They couldn't deal with us. If we do that to Barcelona, as we showed last week, we're going to get chances. They're not that strong defensively. It's just their attack that. I say their attack. It was Messi that did it for them in the first leg. So I think Liverpool got a very strong chance. Even without Salah and Firmino, they still got a chance. It doesn't look good not having those players. And Van Dijk, obviously, defensively, if he's out, then that's a big blow. But I still think Liverpool can get a result on Tuesday night. Will it be enough to drag them into that final in Madrid? We'll have to see.
So after finding out Salah and Firmino are injured, you said before the news came out that you think they will win the second leg, but it won't be enough to get them through to the final for Liverpool. So what is your prediction?
Well, I was going to jokingly say 4-0 to get a reaction from you, but I knew what the reaction was going to be.
It's not happening.
It's going to be 2-1 to Liverpool in the night, I think. Barcelona will get an away goal. It'll probably be that man again, Messi. But I think Liverpool will get the win on the night. Anfield will spur them on. It's the atmosphere, but it's sad they won't be enough. I think we'll bow out, but we'll bow out with our heads held high because we've given Barcelona good games over the 2 legs. That's what it'll be.
Strong words from Joe Stanley.
Focus on the title.